Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video, I'm going to take a look at budget Murloc Shaman. And it's probably called a Murloc Shaman, because the real question is, what do you do when you don't have Murloc Warleaders and you want to play a Murloc deck? And that's a pretty difficult question, of course, because Murloc Warleader is such an incredibly good card. And the answer I was able to come up with was to mix in some mechs into the deck, so that it becomes a little bit more of a generic token deck than just a pure Murloc deck, and that allows you to use Bloodlust as a finisher and have more boards built so that you can use that Bloodlust. The deck went through several iterations. Some of the gameplay material is from earlier versions as well, when I still had Harvest Golem in this instead of Coldlight Seer, but I eventually came to the conclusion that Coldlight Seer is the optimal 3-drop alongside Microtech Controller. So the deck is still a Murloc deck. There are still a lot of Murlocs here. Tidecaller, Slurper, Toxfin. So Toxfin gives Murloc poison, so you have hard removal because of that. Bluechill Warrior, and Bluechill Warrior Toxfin is also awesome, because that gives you hard removal against any threat. And another good way to use Bluechill Warrior is if you have 7 mana or more, you can play Bluechill Warrior on the board, and then you can Bloodlust, and then Bluechill Warrior adds 5 damage to what you already have coming from the board. And there's of course Tidehunter, Underbelly Angler, probably the best Murloc card in the game. It's just an incredibly powerful card. There are a couple of ways to use this. Sometimes if your hand supports that, you might even consider like playing this very early, maybe even coining it out, if you think the opponent really can't remove it, and then you can start playing Murlocs and generating more Murlocs. The more common way is to use this in the mid game. All you need is Angler and one other Murloc. And then you play the Angler, you play the other Murloc, you start generating more Murlocs, and you can keep playing them on the board. Just a fantastic, powerful refill card. And then there is the Coldlight Seer, give you other Murlocs +2 health. At first I tried without this, because I also have a bunch of mechs in the deck, but in the end it turned out that buffing up those Murlocs actually makes them a little bit more difficult to remove, so then the opponent will run out of removal faster. And there is also a single copy of Murloc Tastyfin. Very low tempo play, and that's something you don't want to do when you're playing an aggressive deck. You want to maintain tempo, you want to make one threatening play after another. But one copy of this fit into the deck nicely to give you just that opportunity for a little bit of refill when you're running out of resources. And if this happens to pull Angler plus 1 Murloc, then that means that you have a complete refill for the next turn. But alongside these Murlocs, I went with an extensive mech package. There's Mecharoo, so it gives you a little bit more 1-drops. Now you have 6 proactive 1-drops, which is a good number for an aggressive deck. Toxfin isn't a proactive 1-drop, you don't want to play that out on 1. And Mecharoo is a pretty sticky body, so because your overall plan is to win games with Bloodlust, then having that death rattle is very useful. Then there's Microtech Controller, 3 mana, 3 minions, also excellent setups for Bloodlust. Explodinator, 4 mana, 3 minions, again great setup for Bloodlust. And the Goblin Bombs, either your opponent clears them, takes a little bit of damage, or if they don't clear them, then they are there ready for Bloodlust, or maybe ready for a Replicating Menace. Magnetic, buffs up with mech, as a death rattle creates even more mechs. So the goal is to just have board after board after board until something sticks and you can Bloodlust your opponent down. And in addition to 2 copies of Bloodlust, the deck runs 1 copy of Storm Chaser, which effectively tutors for a Bloodlust in this deck. So there are 3 cards in the deck that are almost the equivalent of a Bloodlust draw. So I have been able to overcome the loss of Warleader, at least to a large extent, by making the deck a little bit stickier and a little bit more able to build up those token boards for use with Bloodlust. As for the mulligans with this deck, you really want to get on board on 1. Mecharoo, Tidecaller, Slurper, great keeps in all matchups. Also, you really want to hold on to an Underbelly Angler, because Underbelly Angler in some matchups you can just play it on the board immediately, in other matchups you need to wait a little bit with that, but it's an instant board when you play that and another Murloc. In addition to these 4 cards, you're looking for a curve. You just want to play stuff out on curve and keep being threatening. So in general you don't want stuff like Bluechill Warrior early, but you want stuff like Tidehunter into Microtech Controller, into Explodinator or Replicating Menace. Just if you can find a smooth curve, you want to hold on to that. Also, if you're facing an opponent who threatens to create a big minion very early, something like a mage with their mountain giants, you want to hold on to a Toxfin so that you can answer that. This is the deck that I completed my legend climb with this season, so doing okay. It wasn't the highest performing deck of my budget decks, it was somewhere near the lower end of the successful ones. So it was still able to climb, and it's a pretty fun deck to play. But the Mech Hunter, Mech Paladin were overperforming this deck. Still, a climbing viable version without the Warleaders. If you enjoy this content, then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And now, let's go take a look at Murloc Shaman in action. I might try with these. Let's see. Hunter generally doesn't have a lot of 1-drops. Oh, that Underbelly Angler. I still need to get on the board immediately, even though I have the Angler, and getting on the board means that I need to spend the coin. Angler can refill later. He might have Unleash, of course. Unleash is good. Well, at least we've got to see a Spring Paw. He also mulliganed all the cards, so his hand shouldn't in general be very good. Let's kill both beasts. Okay. If he doesn't have a Master Skull, then he is pretty low on resources at the moment. He had a Master Skull, of course. Why wouldn't he have a Master Skull? But 1 mana, so he was considering, that's probably a Spring Paw. He was considering playing it, but decided, okay, actually, that's not going to be very good for him. Need to play some Toxfins out here. Make my Murlocs poisonous. Give me some more Murlocs. Try to hit face. Hope that there's no Unleash. Unleash Timberwolf would be extremely good. These are now poisonous, and this one's probably going to kill whatever runs into it anyway. And I know he has a 1 mana beast. He considered playing it last turn, and I believe it's a Spring Paw. I mean, it could be a Timberwolf. And he could have found another Scalehide too. He can't play Scalehide into Dire Frenzy. Timberwolf and Spring Paw. But what else? Only 2 mana. Scalehide too. Oh boy. He had a lot of stuff here. Well, I can kill both of these. Well, Scalehide already died. I can kill the Timberwolf. Would I just play the Scargill? But what he might be able to kill the Scargill. I can only do 1 Angler if I play the Scargill here. Like if he has Arcane, if he has Shot. I probably have to play it on the board this turn. He will have to have an answer. Even if he has an answer, I can still play 3 Anglers the following turn. Just need to play the Scargill here. And trade away the Timberwolf. And now he has to have something that kills the Scargill. He just has to. I still haven't seen an Unleash. There might be an Unleash in this deck. There probably is, right? I've seen both Spring Paws, both Timberwolves, both Scalehides. That's a big thing. Oh, the Deadly Shot high roll. Sweet. Well, I still get 3 Anglers. It's still not bad. But I could have had a full board. If his deadly shot missed, I would have had a 4-4 and 5 2-2s. One of these would have died. So now he could have Unleash. But does he? And I have 8 plus 15 is 23. So I have lethal set up here. Oh no, he gets the explosive trap. But I have nothing that I can do against explosive trap. Man, that was so... I didn't even know it was a secret build. That's got to be an explosive trap, and I have no counterplay. I have nothing in this deck that gives Murloc's health either. And I just have to attack into it anyway. It's snakes. But I don't have lethal, right? 6, 7, 7 plus 12 is 19. This is not quite lethal anymore. I mean, I'm still going face with everything here. Let's see about this. I know there's no Timberwolves. He still has the explosive trap now, of course. So that's the explosive trap now. I can get myself a board of 1/1s. Big board of 1/1s. He can deal with that. I can also just play the Soul of the Murloc when I have 4 minions on the board. And see if he can remove it after that. That's actually better. Have the Death Rattle on the minions. So one of these will trade here. One of these will go face and proc the explosive trap. Then I'll play the Microtech controller and the hero power and the Soul of the Murloc. So now it's pretty difficult to get rid of this stuff. Because anything that he kills, there's just going to be more things coming. Most of these decks don't run double explosive traps either. I don't expect double explosive trap. He didn't roll a Misha, which is good. And that's a different secret. These were both secrets from the Subject 9. So there can be Freezing Trap and there can be Misdirection. If there's a Misdirection and this hits into this one. So I need to Replicating Menace first. Then Misdirection doesn't matter. Now Misdirection doesn't matter, and it wasn't even a Misdirection. These cards are too slow. I need something faster. Well, now I can kill an Edwin. I can blue chill and Toxfin that blue chill. That's something. More blue chills. Not the greatest hand. Pretty responsive hand. Rogue kept 2 cards. So this might be too slow. No, Tidehunter is perfect here. Either of these challenges the deckhand. There are still the 2 cards he kept. Deckhand was not one of the cards he kept, so they can of course be like Backstab and Dagger. Coin Backstab, some kind of Edwin move. But I have a response to an Edwin move, so if he goes all in on an Edwin, that's cool. I'm more scared of there being raiding parties and miscreants. That was a strange move. Is this indicative of a all-in Edwin play? This looks like an all-in Edwin play, which happens to be the only play that I have an answer to.
The Brotherhood shall prevail.
Now I don't even have to use a bluegill. I can simply Totemic Call. I can Toxfin the 1/1 and use that to kill the Edwin. Save my bluegills. Okay, that was a good sign. He obviously has a free Southsea deck hand in hand. And then he has two other cards that I do not know about. So I have like bluegill into Soul of the Murloc, or I can play Tasty Fin. Bluegill Soul of the Murloc gives me a bit more tempo. Tasty Fin gives me the potential to find more answers. I think I'll go with the Tasty Fin here. Because if I can find my Underbelly Anglers, that would be very important. He has a Miscreant, so game is not over even though I killed his all-in Edwin. Okay, Slurper, Tidecaller, alright. That's cool. Now, well, he can clean up this board, of course. He can trade the Toxfin away, and he can kill the 1/1 as well. Still leaves him with a Lackey left.
So many options.
Interesting line. Oh, there's an Angler. Oh, so many options. Because I could do like Angler, Tidecaller, Slurper, 4 mana. But then can I clean up the board? I might not be able to do that. What if I just do Tidecaller, Bluegill, Soul of the Murloc? It has to be the Angler play. Angler, oh, well, this is actually the correct order. I want the random Murlocs. And then I want the Slurper, right? I still have the Lightning Bolt if I need to. Ooh, that's a big one. So now this one can trade there. I can give this one Rush. Use that to trade there. This seems fine. He has a Lackey. So 2 damage Lackey. Could kill the Angler. I already got some value from the Angler though. But if he finds like Raiding Party, he can still recover. Okay, that's a bit difficult tool for recovery. Ooh, Deadly Poison is good though. That allows him to kill the Angler. So he trades the Angler and he trades the 1/1, right? I believe so. And in response, I will go with Tidecaller, Bluegill, Soul of the Forest. Soul of the Murloc, right? Probably. Another Tidecaller. Bluegill Warrior. Give them all a Death Rattle to summon more Murlocs. Trade this one into his 2/2. Summoning more Murlocs. And going face with that one. Alright. He has a 3 damage dagger. So that can kill something. Oh, Myras. Well, he has used 1 prep, but he might find another prep.
I'm out of cards.
And plunder.
There's always a chance for him to find another prep. But will I be able to kill him nonetheless? And I can Lightning Bolt the Dread Corsair. Does he have another prep? If he has another prep, or he could have backstabs. I haven't seen any backstabs, so yeah, prep and backstab can still do things. They can do wonders here. They can absolutely do wonders here. But there is neither, which means that this is just going to be lethal. Bluegill, Murloc Warleader, 5 mana lightning bolt on this. This will have, yeah. That's going to be just lethal here. Warleader. Lightning bolt 3/3 out of the way. And kill the rogue. No, I think that's playing too scared. Yeah, anglers are crucial for the operation of this deck. In the full cost list, Angler is the only card with more than 50% win rate. Angler is clearly the best card in the entire deck. Now let's hope that he doesn't have an Acorn Bearer. He kept one card.
What shall we hunt?
Those are not too bad either, I guess. Okay. I need a good lucky. That's not a great lucky. I'm gonna have to start trading here. Do I need to use it on this one? I have no play for next turn anyway. I need to use it. Let's hope I get a good 2-drop. Not a great 2-drop. And I have no play for next turn. Well. Kill that one. Hero power. Best I can do. Then the Explodinator on 4. Then we're going with some Soul of the Murlocs after that. Hopefully he doesn't have anything good here. But he does. So these can take 2 value trades. I can't stop that. I still need to Explodinate. Okay, so I cannot stop the value trades. But if he finds a swipe, then of course even Soul of the Murloc isn't that great. Does he have a buff? He does. Then in come the 2 value trades. Just 1 value trade. No, 2 value trade. He eventually managed to do it correctly. Oh, the Angler can be huge. But I think right now I need to contest this board still. I will need to top deck a Murloc. I will top deck a Murloc at some point. I'd hope there's no swipe. Hoping for no swipes. Let's see. Swipe would be so good here. That would be a full board clear. And he would get to keep his minion. But is there a swipe? Well, actually it would be 1 Murloc left, but still. There is a swipe. Tough. But well, sometimes they have a swipe, of course. I just need to find a Murloc to go with the Angler. I mean, I could kill this, but then he gets those 1/1s. And he could have a really good Whispering Woods. Whispering Woods is really scary. You probably need to do Soul of the Murloc here. Do I need, and I need to leave this one up. As sad as it is. I just use that to trade and hero power. Oh no, this is probably the end now. Tough. This is probably the end. Which one does he get? He gets more +1/+1s. So I have to kill the Vargot. So I have to spend my Bloodlust. I must kill the Vargot. Even if it means spending all this. I still have one more Bloodlust in the deck. It's possible that I can find it at some point. Maybe he can't find a swipe. It's always possible that he doesn't find another swipe and he doesn't find good value things. But I mean, I guess there's going to be a Forest Sage somewhere. There's a Crystal Song Portal. That's a bad card, you shouldn't play that in the deck, but you might still be able to go by with it. I need to find a Murloc, right? Well, that is a Murloc. And I'm out of time. I must use that. I can make this one poisonous. Then I can trade that one away. I can't play that Murloc. Oh dear. I can trade that one away. Is this one going to push face? Or is it going to take away the Divine Shield from the Squire? I think it needs to go face. I would need like a... I would really need something very, very powerful here. Bloodlust top deck. Storm Chaser or Bloodlust. One or the other. And also, can he kill the Angler now? It's a big question. Oh, random minion that can kill the Angler. That's tough. Well, I have a pair of Tasty Fins here. They're going to draw a bunch of Murlocs for me. So I'm probably trading down this board. Or am I? I'm at least trading away the Stag. But what about the rest? Well, he can have buffs. Buffs can be nasty. I suppose I need to trade away this board here. But he can also have like Forest Sage. Or a big Whispering Woods. Does it come with a buff? It does come with a buff. So I suppose I will die now. There's two cards. One card that's been holding on for a very long time. So Savage Roar with 5 minions. That would be 12, 17. I still need to do this. I need to start trading away this board here. Okay. But I need to trade away this board here. We get some stuff. Then we can start with the Angler and the Tide Caller and the Tide Hunter. And the Coldlight Seer. Possibly, yes. Slurper, I guess. So we try this now. And see where this goes. I mean, there's potential for him to have lethal. Buff and Savage Roar, double Savage Roar. I know there are 2 minions in the hand. One card that has been there for a long time and 2 very recent top decks. So... will he need to trade? He needs to trade. That's a big thing. That was very, very necessary for me. Okay. But he still has a lot of other stuff coming. In just a while here, so... 7 more mana. Does he now... well, that's one of the Crystal Song Portal minions. 7/7 with an overkill effect. Alright. So I need to trade down this board still, I believe. This one is going to become poisonous and kill the 7/7. This one is going to become poisonous. It's going to kill the 7/7. I mean, I could spend both Bluegill warriors. He clearly has not had a forest shade. I think I need to spend the Bluegills here. And this one is probably going phase. Something like this. So I get a board full of minions again. His minions are down to just 2. He has 3 more cards in hand and 1 minion from Crystal Song Portal. I mean, he was always able to kill this. So, but can he find his second swipe? No, but he did have a Forest Shade. But can I kill him before this one becomes useful? Because there's always a chance that he can buff it up more. This one, I don't like this one. I actually have Death Rattle minions in the deck, by the way. So I need to stay out of reach of some buffs and stuff that would kill me. I'm going to draw a Harvest Golem or a Mecharoo or a Replicating Menace. So I do trade. Replicating Menace, but no mechs to magnetize it on. Not yet anyway, but with Explodinator maybe there are next turn. I think the 1/1s will trade too. Get rid of another minion there. Then it's the Explodinator. And the Hero Power. But I guess I'm playing the Prelate too. And these are going phase. Put him down to 11. Get some more stuff on this board. Now there's 3 recent cards, and of course there is another copy of the Forest Shade. I just needed to limit their numbers a little bit, so that their ability to trade is a little bit limited. Keeper, does he have a Wrath to go with that? No, just the Soul of the Forest. Okay, I don't mind the Soul of the Forest. He's at 11, and I find the Bloodlust. Phew. Well, that was a long and difficult game. I don't even know. I was so certain that I lost it several times there. It will be killed. Well, even Tidecaller might just get killed with a backstab. Angler can get killed with a backstab. Playing against Rogue, everything can be killed with a backstab. I get just 1 card. I can't afford to waste the Angler. If I coin the Angler and he daggers up and backstabs it, that's a disaster. Even though there's only 1 kept card. So he didn't want to backstab it yet. Because I could do some Slurpers. Slurpers will overload me. I can try to roll Taunt or Healing Totem. Let's roll Totem and see what happens. 1/1 Totem. Oh, that's pretty weak. Well, I guess this is what we go for then. I was hoping, I mean, I had 50% to roll Taunt or something. But I didn't manage to do that this time. Still too early to go with the Angler, but I can go with one of the Slurpers here. Get a Lackey. I can use the Lackey and I can use the Mecharoo. Goblin Lackey is actually pretty sweet, because then I can use the Slurper to trade. Now I can just use that to kill that one, but I can still develop a Mecharoo on this board. But now Rogue is starting to get the power turns. He still hasn't used the card that he kept. Oh, it's a Spirit of the Shark. Well, that's interesting.
For my glory.
Probably going with this one here. Okay, so there's all sorts of stuff you can do with Spirit of the Shark. 5 mana without the coin, at least. So, but... Okay, well, Blink Fox is one of the weakest things that you can do with Spirit of the Shark. So I'm happy about that. But what about the next move? Sappy's weak too. So I think I will Lightning Bolt the Blink Fox. I can be overloaded for next turn, right? I mean, I'm going to kill the Spirit of the Shark with my minions always. Do I play the Angler? Angler, Slurper, Lightning Bolt. I would need to get a 1-mana Murloc to get real benefit from this. Or I can go with Harvest Golem. I think I want to go with the Angler. Angler, Slurper. Chilak is not bad. Tidehunter isn't bad. But I will be overloaded by 2, so I can't Bloodlust if I play that. So I'm going to Lightning Bolt that one. I'm going to use these to trade there. And I'm going to play the Witchy Lucky. I'm going to turn that one into a 2-drop. I'm overloaded by 2, so I will have 4 mana next turn, but I can still coin Bloodlust if he has a weak turn here. Fan of Knives is far from weak though. Okay, he didn't have a weak turn here. I stand corrected. That was a really strong turn. I didn't expect a Fan. People don't play Fan that much. No, that puts me in a rather major predicament. Because if I go with the Angler again... I don't think I can go with the Angler again. Not yet. Do I want to take a hit into the SI7 agent? No, I think it's fine to hit face. I need to get a sticky board somehow, then I can finish the game with the Bloodlusts. Maybe. I mean, unless he has... Oh! Lightning Storm from Blink Fox. Well, that was unexpected. And pretty powerful. Okay, so now I need to do the Angler. But I need to do the Tidehunter. But I needed a Murloc that I could play. But I couldn't get one. Oh, that was tough. Now this game is turning towards my loss. Not happy about this. Need to commit Soul of the Murloc, I think, but now it looks like I'm actually going to lose this. It looks so good. But Fan and Lightning Storm, 2 cards that you don't expect Rogue ever to have access to, turned out to actually make a major difference. Why on earth would you be playing Unseen Saboteur? Like, nothing that he does makes any sense. But fine. I'm trading that one away. I do want to trade there. I mean, I could play Scargill now. It's fine to play the Scargill here. And the Tasty Fin and the Hero Power. Push 2 to the face. Devilin, what deck did you hit Legend with? This deck. Which one of your budget decks is the best one? The Hunter. My dog is snoring. Oh no, a Mage Secret. So it could be a counter spell. He's really rolling high. I mean, counter spell, well, then I can't kill him with a Bloodlust. 16, I only have 18 damage with the Bloodlust anyway. Could be Splitting Image. So if I attack here, he gets another 4-3. If I attack there, another Splitting Image, okay. It could be a Mirror Entity. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6 minions on the board. I don't have room for 6 minions on the board. So I guess I will Toxfin here. Kill off that one. A bit of face with this. Play an Explodinator there. Hero power. We get a full board again. But there's still, I mean, it's Spellbender or Counterspell, and he would totally be Counterspell. So I would need to find Soul of the Murloc, so that I could play that before I try to Bloodlust. But can I get to a position like that? I do not know. One more card, that's from a Shaman. That's a Shaman card, right? That's... So he got 2 Lightning Storms from 2 Blink Foxes. That was rather unexpected. I would say that's a pretty good roll against the token deck. Pretty good roll against token deck, yeah. Getting 2 Lightning Stones from 2 attempts. Well, we'll see. Let's see what we can do here. I would just really need to top deck the Soul of the Murloc to throw into his counter spell. Because other than that, I just don't have the way. Does he have enough burst to simply kill me? 7 damage. Do I mind if it's a counter spell? He could also be bluffing. It could be a Spellbender. He could also have lethal. 7, 8 damage. Leroy Shadowstep is lethal. Do I believe in him having Leroy Shadowstep in hand? I guess I kind of do. I have to try the Bloodlust even though there's probably a counter spell. Then I need to trade this one away. Because when I trade that one away, that means that Leroy Shadowstep is not lethal. And I can top deck like Replicating Menace for an out. I wasn't confident enough that I would get the Soul of the Murloc. And I thought that there's a possibility that he has a lethal. So I figured that I need to check if he has a bluff there. That's my best out. So what's the plan here? He did not have a Leroy in hand. But this gives him a lethal setup. And I would need a... Yeah, that's 14 damage. I need to roll a Taunt Totem here. I have 50% to roll a Taunt Totem. I failed that one too. Well, that was pretty unlucky. Because if I rolled a Taunt Totem, I would trade this, and then he would not have the power to push through, but... I need the Angler, right? But I need to get a lot of value from it. So, up against the Warrior. Hi, Sigurd. If I just coin the angler this turn, how is he going to kill it? What can warrior do on 2 that would kill an angler? Nothing, right? And next turn I can play Toxfin and Slurper, so I get 2 Murlocs. Turn after this he can kill it, but not this turn. But I might not even be able to kill it next turn if I use the bluegill. So it's time to use the bluegill. Now he needs a shield. He either needs a shield slam or he needs a warpath to kill it. There's nothing else that kills it for 3 mana. There's no 2 mana mech that kills it, right? Yeah. So we're turning it into a poisonous minion, because I'm going to trade it into this Eternium Rover, I suppose. And we're playing a Slurper here. Just trying to get some Murlocs. Didn't get cheap Murlocs. Now I can discover a spell. A Shock. A Shock might be a useful spell in this matchup. I'll give it a try. I think I will trade away the Eternium Rover here. So he has a rush minion, probably a militia commander, but it could also be a Ciliax. But it is a militia commander. No need to go with Murlocs yet. I can go with the Microtech controller here. I have not seen any signs of Warpath. And now we're trying to get a little bit wider. He might be able to discover like a Dino-matic. Well, there are other things that he can discover as well, but we'll see. So there have been no Warpaths so far. If he just trades away a minion, I'm going to just play another Microtech controller and... oh, there is a Warpath. So he actually was holding on to a Warpath there. But that's still cool. I still don't mind that one either. I can still play a Microtech controller here. Do I play this and Soul of the Murloc? Now that I saw a Warpath. Or do I just play this and Hero Power? He has a mech that he discovered. So that mech could be scary. This might be a Soul of the Murloc turn, but then I don't get to do a whiteboard with Soul of the Murloc. Will I ever? No, let's try Soul of the Murloc here. See what happens. He has one discovered mech in hand. And that's a pretty good mech. I mean, I can silence it, but it's still a pretty good mech. I probably do need to silence it, but then if he has Ciliax, I silence this and he magnetizes Ciliax on that, and it's still good. But I can't let him have those taunt minions, so I'm afraid I will have to silence it. Magnetizing Ciliax on that is a big deal. I need to get some rather inexpensive stuff on this board here. Probably the Tidecaller. Okay, so does he have the Ciliax? That's like always the question. Ciliax is the game-winning card. If he has Ciliax here, I think he just wins.
Face me, you overgrown oaf.
Stormy, stormy.
Hagglebot managed to pull my Storm Chaser. That's pretty good. I probably have to commit a Bloodlust here. Oh no, he has a Shield Slam too. Nah, getting through the Hecklebot is tricky. And with Bloodlust I can of course do it. Probably have to. But how am I going to kill him afterwards? I'll have to find the second Bloodlust at some point. That's just the way it goes. So with Bloodlust, I can trade in this one to the Hecklebot. Do I trade in this one to the Hecklebot too? Yeah, I suppose I can. I can trade this one into that one. Then I can still push 8 to the face. But of course, now I need to find something good rather quickly in order to complete this game. The board is still reasonable against Brawl. I don't mind a Militia Commander, I guess. And Toxfin can make short work of that. That's fine. I'll Toxfin this, kill off that Militia Commander. I can do Replicating Menace. That'll allow me to push some damage in. I can even play the Nightmare Amalgam here. So now I've seen both Militia Commanders. I've seen one Warpath, but obviously there is another Warpath. Brawl still leaves a bunch of stuff here. But they are Murloc, so... well, he can't do Brawl Dynamedic yet. But he might be able to do that in the near future. Then I have another refill with Scargill, Ghostlight Angler. But unless I can find the second Bloodlust, this can be a problem. And the Hecklebot pulling exactly Storm Chaser was huge for him. Reducing my odds to find more Bloodlusts. Buys him a lot of time. Time to find Dr. Boom. He gets to 10 mana, so Omega Assembly. Well, he already spent both Omega Assemblies, so that's a thing. But Omega Devastator is also going to be a lot better. So now a card that he has kept this entire time, and that was a Brawl. So he had Brawl Warpath in his opening hand. Which is not a bad opening hand. Acolyte can give him a lot of card draw. Well, now it cannot when I Lightning Bolt it. And I do need to Lightning Bolt it. I can't just leave him, let him have an Acolyte there. But not quite enough damage going in. This is not going quickly enough. Because he can find another Brawl, he can find another Warpath, he can find Dynomedics. He can find Dr. Boom even if he's very lucky. That's the best thing. That's the absolute best thing he could find. Because I don't have the damage numbers here. So even if I find a Bloodlust. Good night, Pepki. That was a good draw. I like that draw a lot. Because this gives me a chance to find more Murlocs. And that's what I need. I mean, I still have a chance. Until he finds a way to wipe this board, and he can find the way with the Boom Hero Power, of course. And with all the mechs and stuff. But until he wipes the board, there's always... I'm just Bloodlust Object away. The real problem is that he has Warpath and Brawl left in the deck too, and he gets the Boom Hero powers now, and all his mechs have Rush. Okay, that's second Warpath. Well, that's something. We get rid of both Warpaths now. That's a little bit of something at least. Then the Spellzerker. Curious. Oh, and then the Hero Power. There's my Bloodlust, but now it's a little bit late. Well, and he has a mech, but we have to try. I mean, I just simply have to try. Maybe he doesn't have a Brawl, and maybe he doesn't have an answer. That's my proposition. But if he has Dino-Medic, then Hero Power plus Dino-Medic probably clears this. Because Hero Power puts all of these down to 1 health. But I didn't feel like I could afford to wait another turn, because that would allow him to stabilize the board. And this was the moment when he has the least possibility to have a Dino-Medic in hand. But even so, if I have just 4 minions, that's 8. 8 plus 12, that's 20. This would be enough if he doesn't have anything more. But he does, of course, the top deck card. Because the Bluegill Warrior Bloodlust would have been lethal here. Too bad that didn't happen. Oh, and next turn he gets the perfect things. So he gets to wipe the entire board next turn. So I have 6, I have 8 plus 12, I have a 20, 22, 25, and he's at 28. And next turn he will have a board clear. But if I push everything to face, well, I don't have more Bluegill Warriors. But I might find like Explodinators or something. Am I ever going to have more of a board? Probably not. So this definitely seems like the moment when I do want to use the Bloodlust. But I want to push damage. But I want to push a lot of damage, right? Can I roll the Hero Totem? I'm trying to roll the spell damage totem here. Actually, that healing totem roll. No, it's still not good enough. Should I have traded now that I rolled the healing totem? But unless he can find more armor, then the weapon plus lightning bolt with spell damage would be lethal. Unless he finds Harrison Jones to take away the weapon. So that is not Harrison Jones. So if he doesn't... Oh no, Celiax. Okay, Celiax wins the game once again. Because I had the 25% out with the totemic call there. But I suppose I have no outs against the Celiax. Not even a Doomsayer. No. So I can't afford to keep the Seer. Now the Seer might actually have been much better. Perhaps I should have kept the Seer after all. Well, I can always top deck a Seer if I don't have one otherwise. Fair enough. Squelchings, my friend, squelchings. Let's try to hit this warrior in the face a little bit and see whether there is a warpath. Well, he can't even kill this with the warpath now. There could also be a shield slam. Nah. Hate to see that happen. Double warpath can clean it up. Now that he used shield slam, what kills the Underbelly Angler? Militia Commander kills the Underbelly Angler. Militia Commander kills anything through the Cold Light Seer too. So what I really want out there is a Tasty Fin. Let's see. Militia Commander kills anything anyway. There's still that card that he kept.
Your magic shall not.
Oh, is Spellbreaker. That was a surprise. That was a big surprise. That was so good. Does he happen to have Warpath? I have a lot of options here. I could even go for Angler into Bluegill. I think I have to try that. What if he plays Dino-Medic next turn? Oh dear. I probably need to trade this in. just play Cold Light Seer here. That plays around Dino-Medic because then there's 9 health on the board. So Dino-Medic becomes worse. But that's some pretty hefty stuff. If I spend a Bloodlust just to kill these, I have 5 plus 9, that's 14 damage. But if I don't spend a Bloodlust to kill these, then what am I ever going to do with them? I have another Bloodlust left in the deck. I think I need to kill these, but once I kill these, then Dino-Medic can clear. So no matter what I do, there's always trouble. I can't spend a Bloodlust here. I actually need to trade away that one. And I think I need to play Mekaru and the Replicating Menace. Warpath clears up the board, of course, very nicely. But if he goes for triple Warpath, then I can play Angler into Bluegill. Bluegill can trade this one away. No, he goes for a Brawl. Brawl is nice. But that means that the Brawl is spent. And that's an upside too. But he might discover like Dino-Medic. I have to go with the Angler here to get things. Is it Angler into Cold Light Seer? It probably has to be, right? And really hope that I can get a 1-mana Murloc. Actually got a 1-mana Murloc. And I got a new Angler. And now I got the health, so that if there is a Dino-Medic, it doesn't do much. But that can draw. Okay, so he had this Militia Commander already. And now he has another Rush Minion too. So I have 6, 8, 8 plus 12. I have 20 damage. That's not quite enough to kill him. Need to go with the Angler here. The Toxfin on this one, right? And probably Toxfin there. But I find a Bluegill. But I find a Tide Hunter. So then I'm actually trading away the Bluegill. Over there. This one kills that. Then in comes the Tide Hunter. And then these are going face. Okay. Does he have an answer to this board now? There isn't a whole lot of health here. So Warpath, obviously, perfect answer. Brawl, top deck Brawl, always a great answer. So only one survives. And it is not the Angler. I need to get more stuff on this board. But now the job becomes more difficult. I know he has a Rush Minion in hand too. I need to try with something like this. So there's a Rush Minion which is either Ziliax or it's Militia Commander. It's a Militia Commander. I was hoping it would be Ziliax. But unfortunately it wasn't. Soul of the Murloc can help me, right? Well, I have 3, I have 5 plus 12. I have 17 damage here. I have lethal here with the Grimscale Oracle. Oh, this went nicely actually. This one, this one, this one. I actually did get this game. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.